Okay, guys. Hello. This is the post that I post on Facebook that you guys said I should show you how I cut this style. I hope you guys can see it. I want to change the shock so that I'm using this shock, but I don't think it's showing. Come here. I have two shock here. I have white and orange, but I don't know the one that is going to be showing. Please, I don't want to talk too much. Just stay focused and let's do it. It's just simple. Then you can take any amount of fabric you really want for the overlapping. You can take 4, you can take 6, you can even take 10. Depends of amount of the fabric you really want. I folded this my fabric with my bigger measurements. Then I have 7 inches to it. 7 inches plus 2.5 inches for sewing and allowance. First, you make your 7 inches like this. You mark it because I've already ruled the line here, but I don't know which of the shop that is showing. Sorry, but I don't know. I didn't say the fabric I'm using. I'm actually using chiffon fabric now. You can use any fabric of your choice. You can use stretching. The one I post on Facebook is stretching material, but I don't have stretching material at all right now. I'm just using the fabric that I have. This is chiffon. Now I'm place my tape 7 inches before I measured my measurement. Then I now draw a straight road. After measuring the 7 inches, I draw a straight road. I don't know if you can see because the shop that I'm using, no one is sharp. What I will do, I'm going to bend this inside. Then after measuring everything, we'll bring it out just like this. Then iron it. I think this video is going to be long because I don't have any part to cut off of the video. I just have to do it this way so that you can understand it. Now we have hide the 7 inches inside. I hope you can see it. This is the 7 inches that we have. This is our measurement. My big measurement is my bust measurement is 46. I want to shift the table because I don't think this table is sure. Sorry. Is 46. 46 divided by 4. You have 11.5. Then this is the 11.5 plus your sewing allowance. Let's get started. It's so easy. Then my starting point, my shoulder. I just place my shoulder 9 inches, just like this. Because the fabric is moving, we have to be careful, very, very careful. I Let me put my scissors. Yeah, this is my shoulder. Then come down by 1 inches. 1 inches. Like this. Then you can determine what you really want in this area. I'm going to be using 3.5 for my neck depth. Then I'm just going to be using, please measure from your shoulder to where you want the V to start. If you want your bust to be showing, depends on you, but mine. And one more thing, if you measure it, maybe you have 10, please don't place it exactly that time. Minus 1 inches, make it 9. I'm going to place my own. I just have to measure my own. My own is 10. I'm not going to place it in 10. I'm going to place it in 8.5 inches. Just like this. 8.5. Like this. Then your hand curve. Mine is 11. 11. This is my 11 here. Then my shoulder to my bust is 12. Now if you can see, this 11 and this 12, because of the 1 inches we remove from the shoulder slope, everything will be together. And my shoulder measurement is 9. Just place the 9 here to get a straight line. Then roll it straight. I hope you can see this. I really hope. I don't have choice. I don't have any shock. Then you place the other one like this. When you are doing it with when you are working with stretching fabric and chiffon, you have to be careful because the two both is like the same. Because in stretching fabric, you'll be minusing 1 inches out of your measurement. In stretching fabric, then you get your midpoint in this level. You divide this level just like this. If yours is 11, divide it into 2. Then you have a 5.5. Please, you place the 5.5 on this mid point. Then you come out by, you can come out by 1.5, by 1 inches, half inches and quarter, anyone. Then you connect this your shoulder slope down to your neck width, neck depth, please. Sorry. Just like this. Then you come out from this your ankle 1 inches. Then please arrange it very well. You just start from this shoulder point down to this 1 inches, from this 1 inches down to this more than 1 inch, then down to this place like this. Excuse me. Then the next, you place your measurement, your bust measurement, which I told you 46 divided by 4, you have 11 and half. Please, you place it here plus your inches. I have 1.5 inches there remaining. Then my waist measurement, I'm going to be placing using the full measurement. I'm going to be using 20. This is 20 plus 1 inches plus it. Then my waist, I really want it to be free in my waist, not that too tight. I'll be using 42, which everybody know how to divide it. This is 42. Just divide it like this. You have 21. Then you divide it again, making into 4 ways of dividing. Then you have 10 and half. Just place your 10 and half here. Then your 1.5 inches. That is it. Then please you connect it. Okay. Now remember my chest line like this, my bust. Then now we are going to bring out these 7 inches that we place inside, just like this. Please iron. To iron it properly because of this material. I don't want it to get shift. Now what you are going to do, this is where the V, my neck, you just connect it, because we still have this line here with this is the shoulder. And one more thing, we are not just going to leave it just straight like this. Please make it curve. Now that we have dragged it, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to draw this line. This is the 1 inches we are going to take out of it. This is the 1 inches for the sewing. Then you now place your measurement where you really want it to start from. That is, you have to measure yourself properly from the half cut. As we said before, mine is 20. Mine is 20. Then in this line, in this 1 inches, I'll just place my tape here. You can use 4, you can use 5, you can use 3.5. I'm going to use 3.5. Then maybe that is it. Okay, sorry. Then from this line, you draw it straight from this V that we just drawed. We drag it straight down to this 3.5 from here. Okay, like this. I'm going to arrange it well for no shifting. You see that? Now 8.5 is here for the big depth. Then you connect it down to this point. Now we are going to cut it. See how we are going to cut it now. First, you place your scissors. First, check if the material is aligned, everything is just okay. Then you start cutting. This one, we are going to open it. We have opened it. Then in this other one, we are just going to trim it little. And this is the shoulder, the ankle, sorry. This is gone. Then the shoulder slant. Just like this. You see? Let's see that. Okay, you want to turn it. You don't want to land in it. You want to use the same fabric to turn it. You just take this one and cut it. You use it to turn it. Then placing your dart, sorry, let me trim you a little so that everything will just be aligned. That is it. Now your dart, your nipple to nipple, when you measure your nipple, mine is 9 divided by 2, you have 4.5. Starting from this, remember we minus 7, please. Then don't just place it from here. No, this is not included. This place started it from, you started from your measurement. You place your measurement like this. I place my own 4.5. I can't even see the white. Then this is your bust. Don't forget, because there is line here. There is line here. You come down by 1 inches before your bust. Just like this. Then you place the same measurement, 4.5, to get a straight line. Then after that, you roll it. You roll it. You take half an inch, just draw it from here to this place, from here to this place. That is it. Okay, let's see how it looks. Please notch just notch it. Now let's show you how it's going to look like. This one goes like this. You see that? That is how it is. These are the notch we notched earlier. These are the notch we notched. Like this now. To get it, in case if your shock is not that too showing, this is the 8.5. I can see the shock there. To know if you really get it right, my bust is 46. 46 divided by 2 is 23. This is 23. You see that? This is 23. Because we did not have a lot of allowance. We had 1.5 inches, which is there, and the same thing. You can see that. Then we have the waist is 42. 42 divided by 2, we have 21. You see that is 21. Why here is like this now, because we have 2 inches, we are going to sew 1 inch it out of the dart. Then that is how it is. Then you want to sew it, you sew it. If you want to landing it, you landing everything just like this. You cut the same landing as this, you cut it round. Then in this place where here is bigger, that the end when we plait the gather, we now have 1 inch. We now have close to 2 to 3 inches here. Then from this place, this is where we are going to put the rope. This is where we are going to put the rope. Then this is where the other rope is going to come out from. You see that? That is why. Or if you don't want to land in it, you can also just turn it with bias to turn it, just to turn it round, only the neck and the other neck. That's all. You know how to cut back. You can cut it off. We are still going to, I'll still show you how you are still going to cut it. That is it. But there are 2 ways you can actually cut these things. You can cut it normally. Then after cutting it, just for example, that this one is just my normal front body that I did not stitch, just like the, let's say, v-neck. You now from this v-neck, you get the midpoint. This is the midpoint. You now come down like this. You can take 7 inches like this. Maybe nothing is here, we have not even cut it. Maybe I just cut it normal, the way they used to cut normal shirt. Then when I open it like this, I'll get my midpoint. I'll measure the amount of fabric I really want here. If I need 7, or okay, let me say 7, which the 7 is here. This is our midpoint. This is 7. Then that 7, I'll just come out by 4 inches or 2 inches. Then I'll just draw a straight line like this. Then curve it and cut it. And you use it to cut another. You now use this one to cut another one. Just like the way if I want to land it this thing now, I'll now use this one to cut two of landing. To land it this one, to land it this one. That is how you can cut this. Just so simple. And that is it. The measurement you really want is your bust, your waist, shoulder, and your nipple points for that. But if you are using fabric, stretching fabric, you don't need that. You don't need that. And if you are using stretching fabric, you know that this width, the wideness of this neck is 8.5. If you want to use 8.5, you come up, you use 7. You take out, or you use 6.5, you take 1 inch out, because at the end, you know that stretching fabric used to stretch. At the end, you end up that the neck is too big. The neck is not too big or too wide. You know, as this is now, it's not too wide for me. If I still sew out my half inches, I will now get 9 inches, meaning the width of my neck now is going to be 9 inches after sewing. After sewing, that is it, nothing more. Then one more thing that people normally don't actually do, please, when you combine everything together like this, after sewing, joining the shoulder and the front shoulder and the back shoulder, then you have shaping it. Then don't forget, remeasure your shoulder, because sometimes we find out that our clothes, our shoulder, our armpits area, there is a lot of fabric. We know we shape it out. No, this one will not even enough for shape, because at the end when you open it, you can find that the neck can be like this. You see? But you measure it very well. Then you still trim out from only the front shoulder, not from the back at all. You shift shaping a little out, then measure it again. You just measure your chest. You take your tape from your chest to the other, just like the way you measure off shoulder. If you see the measurement and the cloth is okay, you can get okay. For example, my here, I have 13. Okay, for example, you see that is 13. Mine is, you see that at the end, if I put on it like this, I will not have a lot of excess clothes. You will be gathered. Yeah, then one more thing again. This this front is not really the problem. The problem is the back. Then after joining the back and everything together, arrange it on the table. Then if your half length is 19, let's say mine is 20, okay, mine is 20. Then in my back, I'm not just going to put my back in 20. I'm going to take 1 inches or 1.5 inches or even 2 inches. My back will be shorter. My front will be longer than my back, so that at the end, you know, when you put on some clothes, you now find out that the back of the cloth is skews. It now be folding. The back of the cloth will now be folding. It's because of the top, the front of the dress and the back of the dress is the same, and even the back is longer than the front. But one, you can cut off 1 inches, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Then when you sew it together, when you want to trim it out, you make sure the 2 lines are the same in this point. Don't just trim it something like this, you look like curve. Then when you print it, you now find that everything is perfect. Nothing to skew at the back. It's not going to skew. It's not going when you put on some cloth, you now find that the back is not flat. There is some fabric that's skewing on the back. You now find out that everything is not like that. That is how you can get this perfectly. Let's go to the front measurement. The back, I mean, this is my back. Back is not just going to take time, because it's just a normal one. Why this? Because the fabric is shaking. I have to be very, very careful. Yes, I have to iron. Now we are still going to put the same measurement. The shoulder is 9. Come down by 1 inches for your shoulder slant. Then remember, the front neck depth is 3.5. Please just connect. Oh, I'm actually doing a mess here. I have to be very, very careful about this chiffon fabric. This is the neck depth. Then you come down by the seam 11. Then if you measure here, your bust is 12. Okay, let me mark it. I'm not good a straight line. Okay. Now you place the same line that you place here to get it straight. Just draw it a straight line. Then get the midpoint. The midpoint is 5.5. Since it's 11, you get 5.5. Then you come out, you come down by 1 inches from this place to render you to have a nice curve. Then you place your bust measurement 46, you get 11. These are the 2 inches. Then I'm putting 2 inches here. Doesn't matter, you are still going to trim them up. Then the same thing, you have 10.5, 42, you get 10.5. Plus your 2 inches. Then if you want to cut it, have half inches to it, half inches to it. No, you don't have on this bust, just place half inches, because this half inches, if you remove 1 inches from here, half inches, you now get 1.5 inches to complete the dart. Sorry. Then my dart is 9 divided by 2. Then you come up by 1 inches from your bust, because back dart, if you want to do it, you come up by 1 inches. Half inch here, half inch here, making it 2 inches. Then you come to this point, you take 1.5 inches. When you take 1.5 inches, when you sew it and bend it, everything will now be 2 inches. Then you cut it. It's the same length with the front one. Take my hand, mark this place to get it at the other side. That is it. We are done. This is the back. You can see. Then when I draw the dart, I'll now have 1.5 inches. In this place, the reason why I have 2 inches, because sometimes you find out that when you are joining together, this little place have to be longer than the front, so that you will know where to place it, that this place needs to be longer, so that when you want to trim it, you trim it together. You get it? This is done. This is the sleeve. I'm not going to do the same sleeve that you saw on the picture. I'm just going to do a simple sleeve, long one. Then I'm going to be putting this elastic. I'm going to be putting this elastic on the down. Then I will just drag this elastic, a tiny elastic. That is it. I'm going to be putting it at the down. Then we'll now make it curve, buff like this. That is what I'm going to be doing. But if you want that sleeve, it's just simple. You can do it just the same way you do the normal sleeve. Then if your sleeve, you can times it. Maybe it's 14. Just times 14 into 2. You get 14. You get 28. You get 28. You just use it that way. You just use it so that you have to print it here. If you are using the same 14, use the same 14 at the down, because you are still going to gather it from the down. You are still going to gather it from here. That is it. You just times it times 2 so that you have a very full sleeve. It's actually simple because I don't have a lot of fabric. Even this my fabric, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Let me try it this way to know. No, it's no longer. Please just iron it. If you are using the same fabric, stretching fabric, I'm begging, please iron it. This side is wider. It's not going to be enough to get it. What I'm going to do is just to bend it this way. Let me get it straight. I think we are going to do the same the same sleeve on the hand. That is what we are going to be doing. Okay, now see what we are going to do. There are many ways of doing this type of sleeve. Either you just cut it, you go and print it first before you cut it. Listen, you can go to your machine, just cut it straight just like this, then take this to your machine, the starting point, do a gather, just marking 2 2 2 or 1 2 2 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, then print it. You get what I'm saying? Then when you print it, you now come back and do your hand curve. Then you just draw your hand curve. That is it. You can get a perfect on it, or if you know you can able to calculate it, you can able to calculate it. For me, the easiest way, just cut it straight, go to your machine, print it, then come back to your cutting table and cut your hand. Try that. You will see how perfect it is. Then this place that I'm cutting, I'm still going to print it, but this printing is just gather, then we'll put band, because in that place mine is going to, I think my hand curve, that is where the hand will stop. You see it? Now, let me show you something. This is the midpoint. Just like this, like this, like this. You see that? Then like this, like this. You measure the amount that you have here, then the same thing here, you see. Then you sew it. Then when you sew it, you come back to your table, then you measure, you now draw your round curve. You see it? It's just so simple like this. Then when you're done, you do the same thing here. You are going to print everything here. Then you now put the band. That is how this one is. We are done for the cutting. I'm going to do another video for sewing. Then let me convert everything together, just like the way I showed you how to do it and everything. Thank you guys if you watch this video. Thank you so much. Just just listen, and you are good to go. It's just so simple. It's not hard. Then just, I don't know, I'm going to watch this video again before I post it, because I don't know if the shock is really showing. That is the problem I have right now. If not, I'm not going to post it. If yes, I'm going to post it and show you how I cut it. Thank you guys. Love you.